a man to like shut up and he shuts up, that's a nice guy.
Right.
That's what they class as a nice guy, literally.
It's true.
Like girls actually class masculine men as men that can put them into their place. It comes
So let me ask you a
with...
question. You said, so if a guy now, you tell a guy to shut up, right? And he tells you shut up back, where's your brain at? No, like, I just want to know where's your mind, where's your thoughts? Like if someone because you say you want a guy that pushes you into check. So like I'm your guy now.
No. It
like,
depends.
Okay, me and you an item, right? And you tell me, shut up. And I'm like, don't you ever talk to me like that. You shut that beep up. How you gonna feel? Because that's me checking you according to your bubble.
Guys, checking is feminine. Why are you out here trying to I'm
just
check
asking.
women?
Yeah, I'm just looking.
That's feminine as hell.
Isn't that going to get toxic? If you're like that and he's like that, isn't that just going to get toxic? Isn't it just going to become an argument?
Wait. Before we get to that, how's that feminine? Checking someone.
Because it's feminine. You're out here playing tit for tat with women. Like, she's going to say this, and then I'm going to say this, and it's going to put in the place.
No.
Pick your balls up, and walk out the room.
No.
Like, I don't engage in back and forth with rude people.
It's not about that. It's a form. It's a thin line of this. It's a thin line of respect. At the end of the day, what you allow will continue. If a woman tells me to shut my mouth, I will tell her very quickly, there and then, never let that happen again.
That's it.
I won't tell her shut up because I just gave her a scenario. Me checking her is me telling her my boundaries.
Right.
Don't cross that boundary again.
That's it.
Simple. That's not checking. That's just, I'm proud of my boundaries. And if you're not going to respect them, I respect my boundaries. And if you don't respect my boundaries, then we're not compatible.
That just sounds very feminine.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I like it. I don't know you. I don't know what you, like you gotta let me finish.
Damn.
It's just the way you're talking. Like that sounds like a woman. Like when you say, oh, I need you to respect my boundaries. Like women say that.
No,
it's usually after years of therapy.
See, why does it?
and you talk like a woman as well. When you were talking before about how like women expect you not to speak and etc. To me, you sounded like a woman. You sound like a.
It's very interesting. You know what it is, all right? Look, I'm very sure of myself. So your opinion is your opinion. I appreciate them. Do I agree with them? No. What I will say though, it's very interesting to hear that.
I have no opinion on your personal. I don't.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Listen. If you know me, you know me. If you don't know me, then that's good for you. But one thing I will say is anybody that's able to speak on their points of views in terms of different situations, that's them. You can't bracket it or pull it in a place that sounds feminine. So if I want to tell someone respect my stuff,
I tell you what I think.
This is the feminist strategy, right?
It's not really. No, bro.
You lose the definition.
Go ahead.
When someone says something that kind of like contradicts you, you change definitions. So now you've just said you can't gender behavior, which is a women's kind of strategy in a debate and a discussion.
Bro, I like what you're doing, but I find it very interesting. So it's very, very simple for me. It's not about changing the words. It's not about that. It's what I believe is my truth.
Are men meant to have boundaries?
So men, I'm allowed to. Okay, so what you're basically saying is, if somebody now comes to me and does something I don't like, it's feminine. No.
There we are. There's the problem.
Hold on. It's feminine for me to stand up and say, "Don't do that." That's feminine.
Wait, are men?
I just think it's like feminine to argue back
with women.
Like I think like.
But then you're saying women can do whatever.
See, there's a difference.
Check women and assert your boundaries.
No, bro. Okay. Look. I like this because it's all about opinions, right? I hear what you're saying. It's unmanly to argue with a woman.
Right.
Back, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that doesn't mean as a man, you shouldn't be able to tell somebody what your expectations are.
Okay, I think the thing is, the more you talk, the more you sound like things I've heard women say, and I'm just.
That's interesting. Then I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it for the people to decide.
Like can I just say something though? Say if you're not allowed to say your boundaries, say you're in a relationship and she's going at you, but you can't say excuse me, then isn't that a bit domestic violence? And is that not what we're talking about?
Please don't be a victim now. Like I don't want to see you get that feminine. I don't want my man to be like, yeah, I was a victim of some.
No, but do you
abuse.
see what I'm saying? If you're kind of making out that him saying these are my boundaries, please respect them, is feminine.
Everyone's meant to have boundaries.
Wait, are men not meant to have boundaries?
No, do you know what it is?
Do you know what I mean?
I assert my boundaries.
Hang on. I tell you what it is.
Without asking.
I tell you what it is.
I'm interested.
I tell you what it is. Calm down. Yeah. Every week, weekly, right? And for me, weekly, for Pearl, like 4 days a week, right? We speak to women on the show, yeah? And we have heard repeated lines throughout this 6-7 months that we've been doing this, right? And one of them is, respect my boundaries. It's like a very feminine thing to say. Like, so it's like when you hear a man say it, it's like,
this is the first time I think I've heard a guy say that.
Okay, cool. So allow me to because there's now context to it. It's because you've been hearing a certain pattern from women. Yeah. So maybe there's not enough men that speaking about. I like the fact that we have different opinions ourselves, but I take pride in respect.
I feel like that's
no.
I feel like that
taking pride.
I feel like what he's saying is key. Like for a man and a woman to get along, there's boundaries and there's
principles.
Both men and women should have boundaries, and no one should cross the boundaries. Once you've crossed the boundaries, the man has the right to leave, or the woman has the right to leave. Do you get what I mean? You both have boundaries in a relationship.
I think to say is
all right. Let me accurately define all the ways that was feminine. Exactly why. So firstly, us men were physical creatures, innit? Women engage with the world through communication because they're not as physical. They're not strong. They can't assert themselves physically.
You're just black boxing yourself.
Hang on, let him finish.
So from what you're saying, why we say it sounds like how a woman would speak is you talking back. Asserting your boundaries by basically talking back, which is essentially asking or trying to tell someone, is very feminine because a man, I just assert my boundaries. I don't ask. It's not a checking kind of thing. Another way that was feminine is framing. So I noticed when you're talking about your experiences in a relationship, you framed it. The way you talk is like you were like a victim of this woman and like you were asked for permission. You said stuff like, oh, I wasn't allowed to do this. I wasn't allowed to do that. She didn't treat me like this, that, which sounds like you're a victim of the situation, which is unlike a man because you can't be a victim of a woman because I can always choose where to spend my time and energy. So that's where the complete difference is. Okay. That's normally a female kind of talking pattern.
Thank you. Can I address that back?
Yeah, go on.
I think it's quite sad that your perspectives of communication between one person to another person is defined by sex. Now, should I what? Should I roll around like a caveman and throw my fist around, or should I ghost somebody without telling them why? I have the option. See, I have an option. I have a choice. I have free will. I don't follow no one's doctrines or principles. So you calling it feminine, maybe you're the feminine guy because you don't know how to communicate sufficiently and tell someone the boundaries. Listen, I get it cracking. Listen, hold on.
What happened?
Let me finish. I can get it cracking anywhere I decide. That's the power of free will, right? If I decide, and back to that personal thing, I give a bit of myself because I'm confident. Now, talking on that situation, I said I wasn't allowed. Doesn't mean I didn't do. I was just giving you an example of the question that he asked. I was giving a fair example and a justification and how the knock-on effects from that individual played a part on me. I'm not afraid to say...
question.
Yeah, go on.
What would you do in that situation if a girl told you to shut up? Would you shut up?
I'd look at her for about 5 to 7 seconds and give her
That's feminine.
I'll give her an opportunity to reconsider that course of action.
Oh, so your
that's
look
feminine because girls
enough.
only look.
Yeah, I don't need to. I used to do this when I was younger. Every boy learns this when you're younger. Like my mom used to say stuff, my sister used to say stuff, and I noticed if you start talking back, you get into this feminine state where now you're both waffling and back and forth arguing. They don't respect you. They don't care what you're saying anyway. So as men normally learn that like the most effective way to deal with these situations is not to start talking, innit? Like I'll let you decide, and then if you're still being annoying and rude, then I'll just walk away. And I didn't ask. There was no permission. You have no control over anything I do.
Let me